Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do my July wrap up. I'm going to do just kind of a little bit relaxed. It's late in the evening, just chilling out, and thought this is perfect time to talk about what I've read. So there is kids playing outside, so hopefully you won't hear them through the audio, but I'll try and speak as loud as possible. So originally I actually had these books on my August TBR, but I recently actually finished reading them. So technically they fell into July, and that was the Olympus series. I have read volume 1 before, and I just reread it before I went into volume 2. But I have to say, I am not or at least I was never actually into manga or graphic novels, and Lore Olympus was actually the first graphic novel that I picked up. And I have to say, I actually really enjoyed them, which has led on to me getting a few more graphic novels, which I will talk about in later videos. So in these books, you're following the retelling of Hades and Persephone. So Persephone is, I think, 19 in the books, and her mother has allowed her to go to college. So she's kind of getting to experience what it's like to be in the real world. There is some warnings for these books, so just check them out if you are planning to read them, just in case. But I have to say, I really enjoy all the plots in the book, and I really love some characters and I really hate some other characters. Like at the moment, I used to really dislike Mint. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't think it's Minty. That's what I really want to call her, but it's not. I'm definitely sure it's Mint. And I really didn't like her in the beginning, but now I'm actually kind of feeling sorry for her. I don't want to, obviously I don't want to go into detail because it'll ruin the book, but I do feel sorry for her. So anyone who's read them, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then I really hate Apollo. And again, if you've read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the one character that's kind of gotten under my skin is Eros. I dislike him, but I also like him at the same time. It's like he does some questionable things, but at the same time he's kind of funny. And it's like I'm kind of that battle whether or not I like them. So I have to say, they are very good books. Really enjoyed them, and I'm looking forward to the third one, which I think is out in October, if I'm right. So I'm really looking forward to that one, and I will probably reread those two before I read that one again, just so that I am fully refreshed before I go into the third one. So the next book I read was My Killer Vacation. So if you've watched my vlog, you'll have seen that I was reading this book. So I did only give it a 4-star, but I definitely think this is probably one of my favorites this year. Obviously the 4-star was because there was some things that could have been, better. But I still really enjoyed it, and I probably would actually reread it again. I like the romance more than I like the actual investigation into the murder. I thought when I was reading the book, I was more interested in kind of their relationship evolving and progressing. But I also really loved her relationship with her brother, and I was kind of upset that there wasn't more of her brother in the book, because I felt like they were such a good, they were great at bouncing off each other, and I just found them funny. And I have to say, the interaction between the three of them together had me actually laughing out loud. And it's like, I would actually love to see this done as a movie. I'd say it would be pretty funny. But yeah, I have to say, I really enjoyed this, and I definitely recommend that people pick it up and give it a read before the end of the summer, because it was a nice read. There was a lot of kind of quirky, funny jokes in it, and I don't know, I like that in a book. I don't like it to be too serious, especially in kind of romance. I like a bit of comedy, but I have to say, really enjoyed that one, and definitely probably reread that again next summer. So the next book I have here is Daisy Jones and the Six. So this one, I think I only gave it 4 stars, but honestly, I wanted to give it 3 stars. It wasn't really, it didn't blow my mind, let's just say. I enjoyed how it was written. I enjoyed that it was kind of like an interview, but I just felt like it was missing something for me. It was kind of like a story was being told, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know. I didn't, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. It really wasn't for me. Like, it, don't get me wrong, it was a good book and I'm looking forward, like I am going to watch the show when it comes out. But I just don't think it was it for me. Like, it didn't do anything for me. But I do love the way it had the song lyrics in the back that were mentioned throughout the book. I don't know, like I can't put my finger on it what I didn't like, but it's not that I didn't like it. It didn't do anything for me. But still a good book, and I did love the kind of 70s vibes that I had going for it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the show, but book is not for me. So the next one I have is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Oh my god, this was my book. This one was definitely my book. This was my 5-star, 100% 5-star. I loved everything about this book. I loved the setting, I loved the storyline, I loved the twist. So good. Like, I did figure the twist out near the end, but near the end for me is better than at the beginning, which I have a tendency of doing more often than not. I figure out who the killer is, what's going to happen. I always figure it out, and then I'm like, oh yeah, kind of seen it coming. But this, I loved the twist. Even though I did figure it out, I still thought it was a very good twist, and I did really, really love it. And I'm definitely going to reread it again because I enjoyed it that much. Love the short chapters. Holy hell. That's what I like in a book, is a short chapter that you can get through, enjoy, and don't get bored. Because I'm the type of reader that if it goes on for too long, I start zoning out. I don't have a very good attention span. And this book definitely kept my attention, which I appreciate a lot. So the next two books I have are two out of the same series, and that is 16th Subduction and 17th Suspect by James Patterson and Maxine Petro. Is it Petro or Pietro? Petro, I think is the name. Maxine Petro. I've read and listened to the audiobooks of these two, and I did enjoy them, but I have to say 16th Subduction didn't really do it for me. I felt like it got a little boring in parts, but then obviously I still was going to read the next one in the series, which was 17th Suspect, and I really enjoyed that one. So in 16th Subduction, you were following a prosecution case against the killer in the previous book, and then it was also following a string of mysterious heart attacks, which that part of it was actually quite interesting. I really enjoyed that. So in 17th Suspect, you're following the investigation into homeless people being murdered, and the case is gone unsolved. And then you're also following a court case where a male employee has taken his female boss to court for sexual assault. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed both the court case and the murder investigation, whereas usually I find in the book sometimes the court investigations or court proceedings I find quite boring. I'm more into kind of the field work really, but I have to say this one kept my attention fully and I really enjoyed it. And again, these are such quick reads. Like, the chapters are so short and the audiobooks are great with sound effects that absolutely scared the shite out of me one day, because I didn't realise that they had sound effects, and then out of nowhere there's like gun shooting and I've headphones on so you can kind of guess what happened there. But yeah, I have to say I really enjoyed these and I'm nearly caught up. I am on 18, I don't know the name of it, I'm on the 18th book and there was only 22, so only 22? There's 22, so I'm hoping to get these finished before the end of the year. I'd say I will because they're quick enough, and I have the audiobooks. But yeah, really enjoyed these this month. So that is it for my July wrap up. So this is my first wrap up on my channel. So yeah, I'm hoping this month in August I'll get a few more read, so that maybe next month's wrap up will be a little bit more plump. But yeah, I have to say I'm happy with my selection in July, that there was no 1-stars or DNFs, which is great. And I'm looking forward to my August one. So if you haven't seen my August TBR, it will be linked, you can check that out. And if you've made it this far, leave a comment down below with either a book that got 1 star or 5-star for you in July, or even a book that you're planning to read in August. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.